Welcome to episode 9 of the Don't Quit podcast by TyypoPrints. I'm your host, Nick Mann. This episode is about why you should do your best, even if you hate your job. Chances are you hate your job. It's going to show why you should do your best, even if you hate it though. You groan every Sunday night. Your legs feel weak as you walk down the office hallway. You want to destroy your alarm clock every morning from all the anger you get. To begin, I'm sorry to hear about this problem. Your career is a big part of your life, and when it doesn't fulfill your need, it can really destroy your soul. It's difficult to leave that anger when you're hitting the time card. As you're able to identify this problem, I'm sure you've read all the career advice in the world. I wouldn't be surprised if they all said the same thing: get out. It's well said, and I won't deny it. If you feel like your life is wasting away in constant unhappiness, it's really best to start looking elsewhere. But I'm going to be real and say that's not always an option when a lot of people are depending on you or you're in a small niche. Now I know you're thinking, okay, but what else? You're already looking for a new gig. But when you're ready to leave, want to make sure you won't encounter the same problem, or even worse, in your new job. You would be more selective and take your time. That means you're going to have to bear your terrible position for a little longer, and I'm looking for the advice that will ease this pain. That's why I'm going over 5 points that can make this a little bit easier for you, that doesn't involve you burning bridges and getting that final unemployment check. First is to assess your situation. You probably have done this, or maybe not. It's easy to overlook this when your emotions are all-time high, that we don't think rationally about what's causing our unhappiness. So ask yourself the hard questions about your situation. What about your position do you hate, or is it your employer? Is there one aspect that sours everything? Do you dislike the second you were hired? This actionable step isn't easy, and not what you want to hear, but this is what you need to understand in order to focus on how to solve this. Point 2 is have the tough conversations. Once you found out what the problems are that you're facing, it's time to question about it. Is the work too much? Do you feel you're not getting the respect you deserve? Or you're not getting along with your coworkers? Let your employer or HR know about this frustration. A lot of relationships, both personal and professional, is built on communication. And if they don't know what's bothering you, don't expect them to solve it on their own. That employee life cycle can look like, Emily's hired and get acquainted with the new position. Emily's manager assumes everything is going great. Suddenly, Emily resigns and says everything was miserable. Yes, it's the manager's job to make sure they're working while supporting you. But no matter how good a manager is, they aren't mind readers. If you're happy, you're going to have to let them know. Great managers will want to keep their talent and will advise how they can make your lives happier. Number 3 is to switch your perspective. Just think positive. It's another no-brainer saying that we all like to hear in this situation. And I'm going to say that, but I will say a quick shift in perspective can make a difference. When you're struggling with everything you do, it can feel like you're biding your time. You're just putting up with it. But that attitude doesn't make it better, only worse. So instead of looking at your job as literally a prison cell, look at it as the most character-building opportunity you can get. After all, what's the most challenging than making it through a day at a job you hate? Not a whole lot. Point 4 is to vent about it. I've seen it multiple times. People vent out their rage on social media, and I don't recommend it, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't vent elsewhere. Actually, some venting can be good for you, as long as you're careful about it. So grab a close friend or family member and talk about all your feelings and frustrations. Yes, I know complaining doesn't fix things, but you'll feel better, and the person you're talking to might give you the advice to make everything just a little bit more bearable. And the last point is to always do your best work. You're not feeling good. You're probably not working as good as you should be either. I feel you. It's a struggle to do your best. When you feel like it matters, but that mediocrity is just a fuel for that fire and doesn't look on your work ethic when things are tough. So keep pushing and don't quit just yet, but still doing your best will allow you to have a stronger exit strategy and be more peace of mind. At least you'll go home feeling you did your best, which is something no one looks down on. All in all, don't quit just yet. You'll look back on this and you realize just how much you gained from it. Best of luck. Thank you for listening to this episode. I'm Nick Mann, and you just listened to the Don't Quit podcast by TyypoPrints. If you'd like to contact me, send me an email at nick@TyypoPrints.com. That is TYYPO Prints. Also, I encourage you to rate the show on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, and share with your friends. TyypoPrints makes dreamers into doers, and we aren't the only doers around. There's tons of great nonprofits in your area that are inspiring communities today. And we've partnered with some of these nonprofits to create their own unique branded TyypoPrints styled prints. All profits will be donated to them. If you own a nonprofit or know someone who does, you might be eligible for a partnership with us. For more info, visit TyypoPrints.com/givesback, and let's make this world a better place together.